Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Season 2, Episode 3 of The Legend of Vox Machina. So last time we got a hot tiefling mommy, we got a giant sphinx, and we got our lead to the next stage of defeating these dragons. Basically we have to go on a quest. Because it can never be easy. No, it can never be easy. But, I mean, if it were, you wouldn't have much of a series, so, to be fair. So, yeah, we gotta go and, take care of some stuff. I don't remember exactly what it was before we can, take down these dragons, but it seems like the dragons might be planning to interfere. I think one of the dragons was going to be headed out to stop them, and one of them, I theorized, may already have followed them, at least up until the point where they went to Whitestone. So now we just continue on and see where it goes. Hopefully we get some more cool stuff, some more great character moments. I don't know exactly what to expect, but hey, I'm just here for the ride. So, that all being said, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, I watch reactions to this series, and I'm waiting to see if like any of the other reactors I watch for this, notably Previewed and Alicia. I wonder if either of those channels are gonna like get really emotional over this or whatnot. There's two reasons why I didn't. Even though I feel for Vax, there's two reasons why I didn't really get emotional over this death. One, I don't know yet if it's permanent. Like, there are ways that this could maybe be reversed or whatnot. It seems like excessively sudden. Yes, there was build up and everything, and that also helped. Okay, so there's three things. The second thing is the build-up helped me prepare for it because there was obvious death flags. There were obvious death flags the entire episode with this backstory finally being given to the point where it's like, oh yeah, one of the two are going to die. That was blatantly obvious. But the third reason is I didn't like Vex. Like, easily my least favorite member of the group, like, and it's not even close. If I'm being completely honest, Vex was a bitch. Like, she was constantly being an absolute bitch to pretty much everyone. Maybe the only exception being her brother. She was so mean-spirited, so negative. And especially towards, you know, like people like my mind's blanking. Don't you hate it when that happens? Probably gonna remember right before I see it. I'm looking back at the Keyleth. But especially towards the likes of Keyleth, it's like she was an absolute fucking bitch to Keyleth. She was a piece of shit. I mean, amongst all of them, and yes, all of them have gone on each other's nerves and all, but she was actively the meanest of them. She just had a terrible attitude, and I couldn't stand her. Like, pretty much all the rest of the characters I like to some degree. Percy has a great has great depth to him, great character, great story. And he at first he was like facing a lot of darkness and has become honestly exceptionally more likable since he came out of that. Pike is definitely one of my favorites. She's adorable, she's funny, she's extremely likable. Her relationship with Grog is fantastic. Grog himself is one of the funniest characters in this, easily. He's just an absolute sweetheart, despite his love for violence and everything. Obviously, you have Vax, who is kind and caring and very accepting towards people. He's smart, but never lets his intellect get in the way of his humanity. And Keyleth is absolute like baby. She is like precious beyond words. Scanlan is Scanlan, and he's funny and wild and goofy and to a degree likable, yes. But Vex is the only one who really, there was nothing likable about her. And these flashbacks continued to show her kind of being extremely like aggressive towards even her brother. And it's like, yeah, they made up afterwards, but it's like, how long until that happened again? And again. And it's like, Vex had some extreme anger issues that she very often seemed to take out on literally everyone else. She never took responsibility for her actions or anything. She mistreated pretty much everyone at one point or another. It's like, how am I supposed to like her? And I'm not placing it like all on Laura Bailey or anything. That might have been the intent. She was supposed to be that kind of character and everything. A lot of people will play characters like that who are just kind of assholes and everything for the fun of it. But it's just like, nothing about Vex was even slightly likable to me. And if you're going to have an asshole character, you either have to have them be the villain or have some kind of likability to them to some degree. And Vex just didn't have that for me. The beginning of this episode was pretty intense. Let's move on to a different part of the episode. With Pike like kind of tuning into what was going on back home and just seeing a bunch of people get senselessly murdered by the dragons. So that's fun. And see that they're kind of moving on with their plans. We end up getting joined by God, again, names escape me. Kashaw was the one dude. Zara is the girl, I know that. Kashaw and Zara. We end up getting joined by them from the guild, and they say they're there on orders from the Sphinx Lady and everything, and they are there to help them, and very salty about it too, but we don't know what happened to them at the end there. Because he used his magic to kind of find where the tomb was, but presumably found the wrong one, because it showed them finding the right one? Right? And so what happened to them afterwards? We have no clue if they're even alive anymore or But the right thing ended up being found. And somehow it just really suddenly and quickly killed Vex. Without really any warning. Again, outside of just knowing that a death was going to come for one of the two, just because of how the flashbacks were set up and everything, obvious death flags. But yeah, it's like one of two things is going to happen. Either this is permanent, and Laura Bailey's either going to have a new character or just be out of the rest of this. I don't know how the campaign went or whatnot, but or she's going to be saved. Because the thing is, in actual D&D play, the thing I can imagine happened here is like, oh yeah, that all happened, and like she's like pretty much on the verge of death, but still has the option for saving rolls. And so maybe that could still bring her back. Like, I wonder how they would like work that into the story of this series, though, or how they worked it into the lore of how it went in the gameplay. I'm just curious as to how they would figure that out. It's one of the two options. Obviously, it has to be one of the two. I'm not sure how they're gonna pull either off at the moment, though. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, and Grog got a neat beard. There's that as well. So, that being said, let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.